Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins in an Iranian city called Qom. CIA agents Tom Harris and Oliver pose as internet service company mechanics to sneak into an underground nuclear reactor plant. They use a football match video to gain the trust of the guards, but their cover is soon in jeopardy. Despite the guards growing suspicious, Tom and Oliver complete their mission and escape. Back at the CIA, they gather vital footage of the secret nuclear bomb development at the plant. Oliver worries about the Iranian forces discovering the truth on his way to a safe house, but they successfully reach their destination. The CIA then triggers an explosion, destroying the entire reactor plant. From their safe house, Tom and Oliver witness the aftermath, confirming the success of their mission. Everyone at the CIA is elated. The Iranian leader visits the blast site by helicopter. Tom, dedicated to his CIA role, calls his wife Corey to explain his delayed flight. She's angry because he can't be there for their daughter's graduation due to his CIA duties. She pressures him to sign divorce papers, as his obligations have strained their family life. The next day, Tom says goodbye to Oliver and heads to the airport. He anticipates a call from his handler, Roman. Meanwhile, an Iranian reporter named Luna Kujai, assisted by her colleague James, gathers crucial evidence suggesting the CIA's involvement in the Qom bomb blast. She records herself explaining the facts, and shares this information with senior Hans Forsberg, who appreciates her efforts. Unfortunately, Luna's actions draw the attention of Iranian authorities, including Army Colonel Asadi. They kidnap and threaten her, even mentioning her daughter, to extract information about the explosion. Luna reveals details about the CIA's operation, exposing the disguised agents involved. At this point, Tom is feeling relieved after the successful Qom mission, and looks forward to returning home. He even buys some gifts for his daughter. However, his optimism is interrupted when he receives a text from Roman, who invites him to his place, and assigns a new mission in Afghanistan, similar to the one in Qom. Initially, he hesitates, and wants to spend more time with his family. However, Roman persuades him, offering a significant sum of money to support his daughter's medical college admission. Tom explains the details of his upcoming mission in the city of Herat, Afghanistan, to Roman. He needs a translator for the mission, and requests an Afghan translator. Roman introduces him to Mohammed Mo Daoud, who had recently returned to Afghanistan from the United States with Roman's assistance. Tom meets Mo at a remote location, and shares the mission's specifics with him. During the night, Mo visits his son's grave and grieves. The media airs images of the nuclear attack on Iranian national television, suggesting that the United States and its allies were responsible for the assault, which was leaked from the Pentagon. Despite his efforts, Asadi fails to uncover the real identities of the undercover operatives. Armed with this information, he eliminates Oliver first, and turns his attention to his next target, Tom Harris. Roman informs the CIA about Tom and Mo's situation in Afghanistan. In this volatile region, there are not only Afghans and Iranians, but also Pakistanis, Indians, members of the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and even Chinese agents. Roman had promised to help Mo, in exchange for his service as Tom's translator. However, Tom, hiding in Herat, receives a call from Roman, who reveals that his face and name have been exposed in the media, making him a prime target for the Iranian government, which has already killed Oliver. With this shocking revelation, the mission in Afghanistan is called off, and Tom's primary concern becomes his own survival. Mo, who first thought his only task was to translate for Tom, finds himself caught up in Tom's precarious predicament, and compelled to escape for his life with him. As Tom and Mo face increasing danger, the CIA is unable to rescue them from their current location due to unforeseen events. They are given a strict deadline of 30 hours to reach Kandahar, coinciding with the departure of a covert British SAS mission from the country. The plan is for the British to secure a spot for Tom and Mo on their aircraft, but the duo must find their way to Kandahar independently. This situation is perilous, as not only is Iranian Colonel Asadi's force pursuing Tom for arrest, but now the Pakistani ISI and various Taliban groups are also determined to capture him for their own purposes. News of the CIA's involvement in the Qom bombing has circulated in the media, and the ISI is trying to apprehend Tom before the Iranians, intending to sell him to the highest bidder on the black market. In response, the ISI leader summons one of their most formidable agents, Kahil Nasir, to capture Tom. Nasir is influential in the area, due to his connections with the Taliban, which he leverages for his mission. On a motorcycle, Nasir sets out following the ISI leader's orders to locate Tom. Tom and Mo enter a market and find an unlocked car. They steal the car and begin their journey, but get stuck in traffic. Iranian authorities spot them changing cars, and start following them. According to Mo, the only route to Kandahar is the highway. In a turn of events, Tom accidentally collides with the car in front of him, leading to a confrontation with the other driver. Asadi spots Nasir on the bike, and orders his men to capture him. Farzad and his men approach Tom and Mo's car. To evade them, Tom drives in the opposite direction, but Farzad and his men follow closely, firing bullets at their car. Tom and Mo skillfully navigate through the chaos of explosions, gunfire and relentless attacks, as they flee Herat. Suddenly, the car's tire bursts, leaving them stranded in the middle of the desert. Tom takes on security duty, while Mo begins changing the tire, and expresses his reluctance to continue the mission, due to not feeling well, taking his belongings from the car. Tom stops him, explaining that he came to find his wife's sister. However, Tom notices a young boy with a gun hiding behind rocks, and fires at him. The boy runs away, tossing aside a remote control. Confused and unaware of the situation, Mo asks Tom for the truth. Tom reveals the truth, explaining that he was responsible for the nuclear facility explosion in Iran, which has led these people to pursue him. He tells Mo that no one is coming to their rescue, and they must work together to escape. He apologizes for keeping the truth from Mo, and retrieves the remote the boy dropped, and accidentally triggers an explosion nearby. After Mo changes the tire, they resume their journey. Elsewhere, Nasir skillfully eludes the Iranian pursuers and follows the path taken by Tom and Mo. He encounters the boy Tom confronted earlier, and engages him in a conversation about Islam and the Quran. The boy works for the Taliban, and is tasked with protecting the area, providing Nasir with information about Tom. When Mo hears a mysterious sound, stranded 20 miles from their destination, Tom rejects it. As Tom opens his window, he notices a helicopter hovering over their car. On the deserted island in Afghanistan, they find themselves facing Asadi's approaching helicopter in the dead of night. In a surprising turn of events, Tom single-handedly takes down the entire helicopter, eliminating everyone on board, including Asadi. Seeking shelter in a nearby cave, Mo reveals that he was born and raised in Afghanistan, but had spent an extended period living in Baltimore. He had returned to Afghanistan with the sole purpose of finding his wife's sister, Fatima, who had gone missing after becoming a teacher. He also carries deep trauma from the loss of his son in Afghanistan, who had tragically died at the hands of a Tajik warlord, named Ismail. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Tom expressed his appreciation to Mo and all the translators he had worked with in the past. He acknowledges the agony and suffering endured by these selfless individuals, who had received no recognition from the CIA. Despite their fear and challenges, Mo continues to encourage Tom, emphasizing the importance of returning home, so that Mo could reunite with his family, and Tom could embrace his daughter before it is too late. Mo shares his frustration about not being able to locate Fatima, but Tom assures him that once they find safety, they will return to Afghanistan to search for his daughter. The next morning, Tom introduces Mo to Ismail, the Tajik warlord, who appears willing to help them escape to Kandahar. Tom is unaware that Ismail was responsible for the death of Mo's elder son. Mo initially feels betrayed upon learning the truth about Ismail's involvement in his son's death, but he forgives Tom, understanding that he has no knowledge of the tragedy, and is primarily concerned with their safety. However, Ismail turns out to be an unreliable ally for Tom. Shortly after their departure, Ismail informs the Taliban about their whereabouts. While they are en route, the Taliban launch an attack, capturing them, and holding them captive at their base. The CIA loses all contact with Tom, and can't even reach Roman. Unbeknownst to the CIA, Roman has intentionally severed communication with the agency, as he has joined the Afghan Special Forces. Under the guise of an ISI attack, Roman orchestrates an assault on the Taliban base, where Tom and Mo are imprisoned. In the midst of intense gunfire, Roman manages to rescue Tom and Mo. In the meantime, Nasir arrives and recognizes that the attack wasn't orchestrated by the ISI. He decides to track Roman's van, which is carrying Tom and Mo. During their journey, as Roman attempts to engage in a shootout with Nasir, he gets shot. Realizing the urgency of Tom and Mo's escape, Roman selflessly sacrifices his life in the process. Tom and Mo are deeply saddened, but they can't afford to mourn, as Nasir relentlessly pursues them. Nasir, accompanied by his Taliban allies, surrounds Tom from the south and east. A face-to-face confrontation ensues between Nasir and Tom, but during the fight, Nasir gets shot. Surrounded by enemies, Tom and Mo resign themselves to their fate, holding each other, and saying their final goodbyes. However, at this crucial moment, the CIA chiefs make a bold decision. Bypassing official channels, they devise a plan to bomb the Taliban vehicles to save Tom and Mo. The powerful explosion claims the lives of the Taliban fighters, offering Tom and Mo a newfound hope for survival. They eventually reach Kandahar, where British forces are waiting for them. Hastily boarding the plane, Tom can't help but carry the weight of the losses he has experienced on their journey. The faces of Oliver and Roman haunt both Tom and Mo, but they know they have to move forward and return home, no other choice. Tom makes a promise to Mo that they would return to Afghanistan to find Fatima. Back in the United States, Tom is relieved to make it in time for his daughter's graduation ceremony, while Mo is grateful to reunite with his wife and younger son, who are overjoyed to see him safe and sound. The British journalist Luna, who had been held captive, is released unharmed by the Iranian authorities, with no intention of causing her further harm. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.